What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We're going to be talking about the new Pocket Dimension that's going to be coming up in about a week here, and of course, we're going to be able to get a chance to earn a bit of character promotion credits here, but also as well as lots of teal gear to bring characters up to tier 16. So that's going to be really, really nice. I think for a lot of people, especially for those that haven't started Dark Dimension 5. I'm still trying to get my first tier 16 character. So I mean, yeah, lots of this gear is probably going to help push people. Maybe get them started, and or maybe if they're already started, maybe get them further along the progress. But yes, it's gonna be really nice to see all this additional gear added to our roster. So with this particular one, it's only going to stick around for a limited time, so obviously you want to make sure you can level up the correct characters and make sure you can get this done before Pocket Dimension leaves us. And of course, it's not going to stick around forever like Dark Dimensions are. These ones, there is no limited time or anything like that. You can kind of take your time at it, but with this one, I think it's only going to be available for a certain amount of time frame. I'm not sure the exact dates. They didn't really specify if it was confirmed or not yet, but we'll see when it actually launches, and it'll probably have, like, I don't know, maybe a month or two or something like that. But anyways, let's jump into the roster here. Whoops. And as you guys can see here, we're going to quickly go into the Resolute character traits. This is the roster basically for the traits of characters that can be used in this Pocket Dimension, and I think lots of people are going to be wondering, what characters are should we be investing in? And I mean, obviously, always push for characters that are going to exceed and do well in other game modes, not just in the one. And right now, off the bat here, I know I've gotten a few favorited because those are going to be the ones that I'm working on during the Scarlet Spider event. But I think for sure, no-brainer. I think everyone's going to have Xerxes pretty much powered up, and they've either probably got her maxed already, or T4'd and leveled as high as she can go. She's going to be for sure a no-brainer. Shuri is another one as well. I might even push her to tier 15 for the event, depending on some of these, depending on the nodes. I've taken a look at some of them, and I'll show you guys another screenshot here. But basically, you want to make sure you can have characters that are proficient in not just in this Pocket Dimension, but in raids as well. And now lots of people are using her for the tech nodes, especially for Doom 2 and Doom raids, because there really isn't a reliable tech team, and Shuri stands as one of the better characters, and plus she is also easily accessible, because she's a pretty solid legendary and easy to attain as well for a lot of new players. And of course, you don't need to necessarily T4 all her abilities, but I would say you can get away with not T4ing the ultimate, because it just gives extra healing. And then this one's okay as well because it gives extra energy to Wakandan ally. Like, that doesn't really matter. And then her first ability, I mean, heal block. I mean, yeah, it's 2 turns, great, but it's not the end of the world if you don't T4 it. And of course, I'm using her extensively right now in Doom 2 on the raids. So I think those two characters definitely for sure no-brainers. And then that's kind of where that's where there's a bit more flexibility. I think Omega Red, he's going to be pegged in as a no-brainer as well, because of the fact that he's he's already kind of positioned, and it's already been kind of forecasted that he might be coming up as one of the 4 horsemen, with the teaser that Scopely has provided with basically Apocalypse is coming, and is he going to be a horseman in this? And perhaps he will be. Based on the previous Mythic Legendary events, we've seen that they've used other legendaries for the unlock. For his particular unlock, Nick Fury was needed, and then for the first Mythic Legendary, Adam Warlock, Jubilee was required. So, very likely he might be needed for Apocalypse as well, not just because he's a horseman, but also because he might have some synergy with the overall team as well. So I mean, no-brainer there to bring him up. Yeah, I just gotta gear him up more. I'm waiting basically until that once we get through each day and we get the events reset, then you can kind of push through the Scarlet Spider event and use the training mats and all that stuff. I'm probably gonna bring him right to 85, and then that's kind of where I've got those 3 pegged, and then that's where there is a lot of flexibility now. We do have some great characters here, some great ones and some not so great. I think for sure. I'm keeping one in my back burner is the Scarlet Spider, because he's one of my faves. I love his whole backstory with being a doppelganger, and he basically has to prove himself. But not only that, I was able to open up some orbs and get some shards on him as well, just prior to his event, so I can get an early start on it. So that way I can get him unlocked and I can start gearing and tearing him, because he is supposed to be really good. His kit on paper looks great. Whoops! If you guys go into the Dark Dimension, go into Dark Dimension 5, I mean, you've already seen, or maybe you might have seen it, or you might not have seen it, but people are already using him for DD5. Because he is not only a low-cost budget character that works, but he's a very effective one, right? So people aren't neglecting him. So he's going to be a good one for other game modes like Dark Dimension, and on top of that, he's going to be needed for the Web Warriors, for the raids. So he works in good game modes, and then of course, right now, his event. Just trying to get as much shards on him through the pocket dimension as well. So I think it's gonna go hand in hand, and because of that, I figured sticking along Miles as well, because he is part of that Web Warriors. He's gonna be good for Doom 2. Symbiotes work right now pretty good, but as we've already seen, when Scopely decides to make these raid teams like Astonishing X-Men, and then they did the Secret Avengers. Don't ignore these guys. Don't ignore the Web Warriors just because you have a strong symbiotes. I think these guys are probably going to overtake them eventually, especially once if there's a Doom 3 or a Doom 4. So start building them now. Start making progress on these guys, so then you're not falling behind everybody else. So we've got pretty much the 5 there. If Scarlet Spider isn't up to snuff, what I would recommend is taking a look at some other potential characters, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but basically that's the 5 that I'm going to probably go with once I get Scarlet Spider leveled. But what I would recommend is going for Multiple Man. He's a beast. I think right now on the X Factor team, even as an incomplete team, we're still using these guys on War Offense. They punch up so much on Emma Marauders. They're quite effective on a lot of other meta teams. I'm not going to go into the specifics of it, but you do need him if you want to unlock Adam Warlock. If you ever want to get a 7 yellow Adam Warlock, you got to get him to at least tier 14 with pretty much maxed normal green level SO8s. So if you ever want a 7 yellow Adam Warlock, you're going to need him leveled up anyways. So he's going to be, he's going to be already progressed through that. So you might as well take advantage of that. And I think for sure, because we're not going to have initially Scarlet Spider, if the event comes and somehow we don't manage to get the other 9 shards, which I don't anticipate will happen, but I in the off chance that I still got to level him up, Multiple Man's going to make a good substitute, because Miles, he's going to go invisible, he's going to do his thing, he's going to turn reduce, he's going to prolong negatives, he's going to do his thing and disrupt and all that good stuff. And in the meantime, while he's stealthed, Multiple Man's going to be very annoying, and he's going to create a lot of havoc with his clones, with all his other abilities. And it helps out because then you've got Shuri and you've got Cersei providing lots of energy as well. So that's gonna chain a lot, and that's gonna provide more energy for the overall team. And then of course we got Omega Red as well, reducing the positives. He's gonna bring the speed down as well, and then he's gonna apply speed bar reduction and slow and heal blocks and all that good stuff. So it's gonna be a good team. You got Multiple Man ripping buffs. You got the Cersei and Shuri providing energy, defense up, turn reduce as well, and then you've got basically 3 characters here, Cersei, Miles, and Omega Red, that can basically reduce the turn meter. So I don't know what more you can have. Other than that, I think other potentials, and I'll just mention them, is Star-Lord. I think he's good because his energy and his blind is nice, but again, I've kind of stopped working on them, at least until they can buff them up significantly, and I've kind of stopped working on them right now because they're getting need to be worked or something. And then of course Misty's good as well because of the fact that now she can farm. She's farmable in the Blitz store now, so you can easily farm her fast outside of the orbs. And I think lots of people would have her probably already tier 15 because of war defense. So definitely potentials there. Other than that, I don't know if I would touch any of the other characters unless you've got some crazy reds and it's justifiable. But other than that, those are the characters that I'm going to be looking for and kind of focusing my attention on. And I think for sure that Cersei, Shuri, Omega Red, and then the 2 Web Warriors, that's probably going to be my finalized team. So basically the top 5 characters, and we'll see. I'll slot Multiple Man in there as I see fit, and who knows, If you know, if you get more characters in there as well, that's fine. You know, you're not limited to only using those 5 characters. You can always adjust and readjust and kind of see how the waves are. But we do see that in the last wave of you know, the boss node, there's a pretty beefy Ultron there, and then most of these guys are also maxed on their blue ISOs as well. So yeah, you want to make sure you're going in there red hot with guns blazing, and you want to make sure your characters can take the heat. And I think for sure, especially against Ultron, you know, to counter Ultron effectively, if we can reduce his speed meter, if we can take out his clones, and then apply all these negatives, I think that's going to really help out. But I think for sure that one is one I'm probably going to be thinking about bringing multiple man in, just because when Ultron ults, if there's a million clones on the board, the one thing crappy about Ultron is he doesn't have AoE, and I think multiple man might be one of the best counters against him for that. If you know, if RNG goes his way and he doesn't ult the you know, the original one or something like that. But all right, guys, so that's all we got for this one. Yeah, hopefully you guys can start working on your Resolute characters, and yeah, we still got quite a bit of time before the event, but hopefully you guys can get started on it now, and once that Scarlet event goes live, you guys can take advantage of bringing up you know, all the characters that you need to work on, and yeah, hopefully it helps you guys out. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.